Hello everyone and a very warm welcome. You're watching Foreign News with your host Sonal Chaudhary. Today we are going to discuss about the Gudiya episode and the role of media in it. So let's get started. There was a 26-year-old Indian Muslim girl named Gudiya. She was married to a Muslim guy Arif in 1999, 10 days before the soldier was called to join his duty to Kargil war as he was in army. Arif didn't return from the war and declared an army deserter, a person who left army without permission or with an intention of not coming back. During this period, Gudiya and her family thought that either he was died or became a prisoner of war in Pakistan, a person who is picked up by the enemy country and put into custody. Gudiya's relatives remarried her to another man named Tawfiq in 2003 and she became pregnant with his child. After that, in 2004, Arif returned back to home as he was released from Pakistan's prison. But Gudiya was then living with her parents in Kalunda village on the outskirts of Delhi and moved to Mundli village in Meerut, Uttar Pradesh at her former in-laws' house, where she heard of Arif returning back. Now there are two turns in the story. First, that Gudiya herself told the media assembled at the village panchayat in Mundli village that she wanted to go back to her first husband. Islamic scholars applauded her decision, proclaiming that it is right in accordance with Shariat, which refers to the Islamic law. They claimed her new marriage as illegal. Now second turn is an investigation by Rediff, which is a news, information, entertainment and shopping web portal. They said that Gudiya reverted back to Arif under pressure from him, his family, the villagers and religious leaders. Rediff found it that Gudiya exerted dominant pressure, saying that it was everybody's decision. With this, Gudiya's uncle Riyasat Ali also said that Gudiya was pressurized by the people and she was not allowed to speak. Islamic scholars told her to go to Arif and follow Shariat. They said her son will be illegitimate if she will not marry Arif again. Even Tawfiq said that Gudiya spoke to him on telephone 5 days before this incident and explained her being pressurized. Gudiya's father also threatened to commit suicide if she will not marry Arif. Arif declared that he is ready to take his wife without the stepchild. But after some time, he agreed to accept both with the condition that they will return the child to Tawfiq when he will grow up. So ultimately, the thing is, either she was being pressurized or it was her decision. She married to Arif and gave birth to a child a month later. Everything was okay before she suffered a miscarriage 2 months later and a still child was born. Henceforth, she went into depression, developed anemia, a disease in which RBCs decrease. Doctors proclaimed that she is under pressure and had many gynecological problems. After 15 months, she succumbed to septicemia in Army Hospital in Delhi. Septicemia is a condition arises when the body responds to infection cause injury to its own tissues and organs, that is suppression of our immune system. At last, she died in 2006. Now, I'll tell you the role of media played at the time. The story was highlighted by print and electronic media exclusively. For weeks, television channels broadcast discussions and debates on Gudiya's story. Various so-called Islamic scholars and experts had their views aired on television, and when she died, media forget her. Now, a role media could play at the time which may have changed the overall scenario. No matter it was Gudiya's decision to marry Arif again or she was being pressurized to do so. But if the latter was prevailing, then it should not be like that. I'm not judging anyone, but just letting my views reach the people so you guys can share your views on it. First, media should always consider all faces of the dice because it was not only about Arif and Gudiya's life, Tawfiq was also suffering. Secondly, media should not trial a person or take him into limelight excessively so that their reputation is being challenged or he or she feel bounded or restricted. Thereafter, should learn to give privacy to common people. Thirdly, if Gudiya married Arif under pressure, then media should help her in taking her own stand. After all, Gudiya had to spend her whole life with that guy, even she was above 18, so it's her right to choose. Lastly, media needs to be a little more sympathetic about a person and should not take everything just as the news story. But this incident is almost 18 years old. Since then, media has evolved a lot for the good. So that's all for the day today. We'll meet again soon with some new studies. Till then, take care and bye-bye.